Good afternoon, it's Friday the 22nd of November and I'm just doing a test while it's still light on this Osmo Action 6 Pro. See what the camera's all about. Let's have a look at these berries here. Wow, look at them are amazing. So it's absolutely bitter cold. I'm just looking at my watch and it's actually 0 degrees at the moment, so we'll keep a check on that as we are walking round and just see if that temperature gets any colder. I've had to put my woolly hat on, and then we just think, like I say, we're just going to have a quick wander round and just see what this is like. So I'm walking down the gully to the Poets Estate, and then I think we'll have a look along Boathorse Road and head along that way. On the Poets Estate now, and you can see it's already going quite dusk. So, you know, just in that short period of time from when I set off, you can see it's gone a lot colder. The house there in front of me, we've still got frost. That's amazing. So that just shows you how cold it's been today. And there's still ice, look, on the grass here. And like I say, it's showing 0 degrees still. I've just had a look at me watch and the temperature on there, and that's how cold it was. Now, I did do a film last week on the storm, and if you remember, it was pouring down with rain and very, very windy. And just along Boathorse Road here, there was a tree down. So we'll check out as we go along there now whether that's been cut down and removed. And look at all the frost on the ground here still. So that's where it was so cold in the night and there's been no sun today. And yeah, it's not melted. So for about 3 days, I think all over the weekend, there was a tree across the road down here, and I personally, with my van or anything, wouldn't have been able to get underneath. It was that low. A couple of cars coming along. Let's see what we can see as we walk along Boathorse Road. Have another look there at all the ice and the frost. And as I say, the light is fading quickly, which is a shame really, because I wanted, hopefully, do this full video in the sun, but I didn't get in from work on time. So I can see here, look, this is where I'll cross over. This is where the tree blew over from. So they've left the trunk there, look, and that was straight across the road here on this woodland area. Let's carry on. So this is the first cold snap we've had this year. Absolute thick ice there, look, black ice. I'm not going to tread on that and slip. So like I was saying, this is the first cold snap we've had. There's been a lot of snow up and down the country, but luckily we've got away with it lightly and we haven't had any. So yeah, we've been really, really lucky. Look at the frost again here on the floor. Wow. And as you can see now, if you look at the trees, most of the trees now have completely shed the leaves. So there isn't really many leaves. There's a few on this tree here that have got to drop there, look it. But apart from that, shed quite a few. Some amazing colours here, look, on this tree. Wow, look at that. That's pretty incredible. And look at the colours on the ground where the leaves have fell. There, right in front of me in the middle of the picture. From the big tree there that you can see. The colour of that. That's pretty amazing as well. Looks really, really beautiful. Now to the end of Boathorse Road. And I think what we'll do is walk along the avenue and walk into Kidsgrove itself. So let's cross over the road here. Probably one or two. Oh no, it's clear. I thought there was cars coming, but no. There's the Boathorse Road sign. So we'll go along here now, along the avenue, past the St Thomas's Church. A lot of lovely houses here, look as well. These always look amazing. Like a little hidden retreat on the corner here of Acres Nook and the avenue. And we've got, don't know whether you can see it there, an helicopter. He's making quite a noise. So let's carry on along the avenue. So I'm wrapped up warm. I've got my woolly hat on. I've got my big coat on. But I still feel cold. I really do still feel cold as I'm looking round here at the different houses, and I'm coming to the church, so I'm going to have a look at that as well as I get there. So yeah, there's St Thomas's Church, standing in all its glory there, looking fantastic. And then if I spin the camera around this way, we've got the memorial garden. And you can see there all the wreaths are still on there from the Remembrance Sunday parade. Let's carry on. There's the sign telling you look about St Thomas's Church. And let's just have a look at the church again before we move away. Amazing building. So just as we go past St Thomas's Church here, we've got the Wade Centre. There's the Wade Centre with all the solar panels, and years ago that used to be my very first school I went to, Wade Memorial they used to call it there, and then that used to be the playground. Wow, that's bringing back memories again. Let's carry on along. We've got the Kidsgrove Scout group across the road, right in the middle of the picture there. And then again, I'm walking past the Wade, and if I remember right, this used to be my classroom. And you used to be able to look through the bottom windows, but they've obviously put frosted glass in them now, so you can't see through. So we're going over the railway bridge. This is the railway bridge. As we head to Kidsgrove town centre. And as the sun's going down now, it is getting darker and darker. It feels like it's getting even colder. You think I'd have warmed up a bit now with walking, but no. I still feel really, really cool. If you go up there, you can get back to our house that way. That comes out at the end of Shakespeare Close. But I'm not going to go that way today, obviously too muddy. The size of this wall here holding all this ground up along the avenue, like leaning in towards the land, I suppose, to make it stronger. So I'm getting closer now to the junction where we meet Liverpool Road from the avenue, and when we get there we'll walk up the hill past Kidsgrove Town Hall, which they call the Victoria Hall, as we head back in. This house is always kept really, really nicely. You can tell that, can't you, by how the garden and everything's trimmed, and normally he's got beautiful flowers there, but I suppose there's frost over the last couple of nights that we've had has killed them all off. Such a shame. And we're heading now to the job centre. So we've got the job centre across the road there. Postman just getting in his van, instead of collecting the letters from the job centre. Take a look across the road. We've got the post office, and it's also now like a little bit of a store as well on there. Look at all the different things and poppies they've got on the railings of this church here. That's all been left from Remembrance Sunday. Now we've got a new shop there by the looks of it, look you. Louise Butler's Beauty, the studio. For years and years that was Eric Alcock's, the electrical retailer. But whoever's taken that over looks like they've done a really, really nice job of it. Right to the junction now, Liverpool Road. Just by that van there we used to have Britannia, the bank. But all the banks now in Kidsgrove have closed, and we haven't got any left at all. And the Kidsgrove bank dental surgery there in front of me, right in the middle of the screen. Sure, that used to be NatWest years ago. And then look at this church. That's been turned now into Kenneth Jones Solicitors. Pretty amazing. Let's head up the bank and we'll stop and we'll have a look at the Victoria Hall as we go up there. This building here, windows are broken, it look, needs a bit of work doing on it. It's a shame that is. I'm here now opposite the Victoria Hall in this little bit of a like garden area. Obviously looks a bit drab this time of the year, but generally in the summer they have loads of flowers in there and it is pretty beautiful. And look at the Victoria Hall. Wow, that looks fabulous, that does. And you can see it's coming up to about 2 minutes to 4 and it's virtually dark. I hate these dark nights. 4 o'clock and virtually dark, that's pretty terrible. So let's carry on with the walk. So I don't know what this picture's like now, because I say this is a test video again. First time I've really ever used this Action 6 Pro in the light. I did do a test in the dark and I think I was quite impressed. I've still got to learn a lot and look at a load of the different settings on that for dark shooting, but it definitely did see better than the old Osmo Action 5, which was a fantastic camera, but it wasn't just that spot on with the night shots. So we're at Woodside Avenue, which is a cul-de-sac, and we can see there, look, the old schoolhouse. Let's just turn around here, have a look at Woodside Avenue and have a look at the different signs and everything that we've got. I think years and years ago this used to be Kinnersley School, and they've knocked the old school down. They've left the school house, but they knocked the school down and built houses on there. and as you can see there, they call that Old School Close, and it's a private road. Quite a lot of traffic about. It always amazes me how these cars here always park on the yellow lines. I don't know whether they've gone Tung Shing or anywhere like that, but no, there we go. It looks like they're doing a change. He's been learning how to drive. Now to the junction of Longgrove. We've got Tung Shing here, the Chinese, lovely Chinese, not open yet. It probably opens about 5:30, 6 o'clock, I would say. And then who can remember when this building was the shop? Vincent Paul used to have the fruit and veg shop here, and it was like a little gold mine. They were always busy, and there was always fruit and veg outside. Front of us, we've got the old Kidsgrove police station. They'd call that now Tops, and they've turned it into flats. So this is Longgrove in Kidsgrove. And like I say, I'm going to probably end my video here now today, because it has gone quite dark. So it has been a test again. I will call it a test video, so drop me some comments, tell you what you think of this new Osmo Action 6 Pro. I like it. I think it's going to be a fantastic tool for the channel. So we'll see you soon on the next video. And thank you very much for watching.